Hey everybody, welcome to the Marvel Movie News. Thank you for sticking around and being patient with us, and we got a new time, and thank you for everything. Today we're talking about Deadpool 2, we're talking about Cloak and Dagger, we're talking about Namor, Captain Marvel, Guardians, and so much. Just sit right there, we'll be right back.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Marvel Movie News.
I like that about
That was good.
Man,
Yeah,
wow. Like I was like dying.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
A
lot of energy.
I love the expression.
A lot of energy.
Go, Marvel! We're
Exactly.
excited. I wasn't here last week. I got so much pent up Marvel energy.
Half a month of hype. Dude, guess what today is? I saved this to tell you on air. I looked back at my lovely Facebook memories.
Yeah.
Today is my 2-year anniversary of guesting on the couch.
What?
I was on the couch
Aw.
2 years ago, not even at the table. 2 years ago.
Wow, that's awesome.
Isn't that cool? Yeah,
Congratulations.
2
You
years
made
ago.
it.
I did
You
it
made
full
it.
circle.
That's pretty great.
2 laps around the sun later, and here I am.
Funny. This is my first time here, and I'm already at the table. So
Well,
I'm
you
just
know,
saying.
that's
I'm just saying.
not all of us can do awesome magic.
Just saying.
Magically land at the table.
Just saying.
Literally.
Let's jump into it real fast. We are the Marvel Movie News. This is episode 119. So many done. We are coming to you live from Thanos' floating space chair. I thought that was appropriate since we're going to be talking Infinity
like
War a
that.
little bit later. Yeah.
Feels right.
On our show, we tell you all the news from all these studios and why you should be as excited as we are. Subscribe to us on iTunes at Marvel Movie News or find us at youtube.com/Popcorn Talk Network or on the website popcorntalknetwork.com. Follow us on Twitter at Marvel News PTN or at the Popcorn Talk. Also on Facebook.com/Marvel News Show. Follow us, like us. We need all those likes. We need that validation.
We do. It's really
Yeah,
about
we do.
Really
We
do.
I check them all the time. I do view counts too. Real sad if I don't get them.
And we've got Aunt Manthony in the booth ready to retweet anything that you say about us. We've also got our new guy Oliver on the couch.
What's up? Happy to be here. Super excited.
He will be talking to you via the live chat and reading your Twitter questions.
That's right.
And such. I am Matt Key at the Matt Key. We've joined by Coy Jandreau at CoyJandreau.
It's true time.
Markia cannot make it today. She unfortunately had to work.
She's off being fancy.
She's off being all fancy.
Who's super good at this job, by the way.
true.
She's
She's
super
great.
good.
She's great.
I'm
She's great.
very,
We love her.
very impressed by her.
Even when she's not here, she's still getting better. More hype than me
Yeah,
and Matt.
exactly.
You know,
You
who's
know,
not
no.
here? The one that's good at their job.
Yeah, no. I mean, you guys are okay, but she's very good.
She's very, very
I'm
good.
just saying. I'm just saying.
The face that you're looking at and the voice that you're hearing is Mr. John Armstrong.
How are you?
John, tell the lovely world about yourself.
I'm a comic book geek, and I'm also a magician. That's what I do for a living. I guess I'm a famous magician, which is like being a famous goldfish collector. No one cares.
Famous. I love that parallel. I love
Thank
some
you.
guy being like,
Yeah.
but goldfish.
Yeah, but you're only famous to other goldfish collectors. So it's basically who you're only famous to.
But you did bring some DVD copies of a documentary that you're in. Do you want
That's
to tell
right.
us about that real
Okay,
fast?
yes, this is a documentary with me and 3 other magicians, and it's pretty great. It's about our life of what actually it's like to do this for a living, and it follows me through about 5 years of my life where I was a bit heavier. I was about 75 pounds heavier, and yeah, it's true, yeah. And thank you so much. And if you could buy it, but you can also, if you have one of those Netflixy things, like here, people who listen to this podcast and watch this have Netflix because of the Marvel shows.
If they don't, they're missing a lot.
They're missing a lot. They're missing a lot of good stuff. Anyway, you can watch it right now on Netflix, and it's a great movie, and I hope you get a chance to watch it.
And Brian Markinson, you've been on our couch before. And
I have.
We
This is
decided
my-
to let you out of the couch cage and onto the desk.
My first time at the table. Very excited.
I met you at the Magic Castle. You're an
Yes.
incredible close-up magician. But in fact, I was telling Coy before the show, between the two of you, I don't think that there's a close-up trick that the two of you cannot do.
That
I mean this with all sincerity. I've been to the Magic Castle a few times. You two are some of the best close-up magicians I've ever seen.
Well, that's
And
nice of you to say.
Well, thank you very
Card
much.
tricks and
They
I
leave
don't.
me
Yeah.
consistently perplexed, which is a compliment to them, not to me. But I get very confused at Magic Castle. It is a great place.
That's good. And this is really good for the people who are listening and not watching, because magic is very good on the radio. I mean that's
Imagine
really
not seeing
yeah,
cards.
exactly. Amazing.
I didn't even pick a card. How did you know?
Exactly.
That's right.
So you may have noticed we've got a couple different things going on today. First of all, we have a new start time, 2:30. This is going to be our start time from here on out, because I am now working for Screen Junkies News in the mornings.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. I am kind of like a news editor and writer for them. So that is in the mornings, and then I come down here and talk about Marvel news specifically.
Fantastic.
So yeah, that's fun. So if you don't get enough of my face on Tuesdays, tune in to Screen Junkies News, and you might see me periodically over there. Especially if there's Marvel news. They're like, oh, we got Becky, pull him in. And then also we have a new associate producer named Oliver.
I'm excited to be here. Yeah, Marvel news. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this.
Yeah, and Oliver's gonna. Oliver is.
He said so much by saying so little. Yeah.
Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. We have burning time, and I don't have
I'm a
anything
little
to put.
stressed out. I got Twitter going on, I got YouTube, but I'm gonna get this, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this for you
Yeah.
guys.
So be patient with us. We are going computerless today to see if we talk with each other better, engage each other better. It feels very strange, but we'll be patient with each other. The audience will be patient with us, hopefully. And now that we've spoken for 5 minutes about not Marvel, let's jump into it.
Yay.
Patience. I hope you
Speaking
have
of
some.
patience, hope you haven't tuned out yet. Deadpool 2. I always put Deadpool first because I need to get you engaged. I know if I don't start with
that's the
Deadpool,
trick.
I'll start losing.
If there was no Deadpool and no computers, just hard
Yeah.
up. Yeah. In Marquia somewhere, just not here. Just not
yeah.
here.
So Deadpool 2.
Deadpool, eh?
Deadpool, you say? There was a rumor, a casting rumor that broke on that hashtag show later last week that they had a casting breakdown. I'm going to read through it real fast. This is for Nina Thurman, who we all may know as Domino. She is described as female, all ethnicities, late 20s, early 30s, sexy, lithe, athletic. She has a witty personality, is a no-nonsense badass who rarely shows her feelings, highly capable, supremely confident, and armored in, armor and bulletproof sarcasm, but beneath that shell, she's still vulnerable, soft, beating remnant of her humanity remains intact. And then it goes on to talk about kind of the scene a little bit. So the rumor then went on to say that actresses Gugu Mbatha-Raw and Sienna Miller have both turned down the role,
Interesting.
but that Kerry Washington is still up for it.
I'd like to point out that Sienna Miller has been playing 20s to 30s for so long and still looks incredible doing it and can do all of the stuff that everyone a decade younger than her can, and Sienna Miller is a champion.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah,
That
totally
said,
agree.
Kerry Washington would kill this role.
Yeah, we've got Kerry Washington on the screen right now. She
Django Unchained, man. That's all I need.
Yeah.
That was her audition tape for
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
she's up for, I'm like, oh, Django Unchained's Kerry Washington. Why, yeah, she'd be perfect.
Why, yes,
'Cause
she
that
should
role
do
was
it.
so multifaceted that you could be like, oh, she can be a damsel in distress with a heart of gold but tough. Good. Oh, she can be a damsel in distress but can fight her way out and not need the guy. Good. Oh, she can be someone you need to root for. She's
all of them.
Kerry Washington.
Yeah. So she spoke with Extra TV, I believe yesterday, and they asked her straight up about it, and she said, I don't have anything to say about that. They know more than I do. And then they said, well, would you take the role if you were offered? She said, of course I would. But, you always have to get the right person for whatever role.
Worth noting, Domino's not a damsel in distress in any way. I'm saying that she can do everything.
She's absolutely not.
I think Domino's going to be a really hard character because when Domino was written originally, it was very, very, it didn't get enough. They didn't write her well. They didn't give depth to the character.
Yeah.
She was kind of like Black Cat, where it was just we have to figure out who she is. So Domino, maybe the reason they turned it down is these actresses are worried about how the character's going to be shaped. So if they do her right, she'll be on par with Deadpool and Cable as a very important character. And I think the writing team knows that
Yeah,
it's the high stakes.
I agree.
So I think we're going to get a really cool Domino.
What do you guys think?
But I'm curious though. Because you know way more about Deadpool, I think, than most people I know, at least. I got to ask you though, how would you think you could write this into the film and actually make it make sense? Because again, the stuff that I've read about Domino, pretty vacant. I mean, she's not really, it's not really well flushed out as a character. It's that's what I'm saying.
The way I'd write her is I'd have
in the movie.
Domino be a force of linear concentration and focus to juxtapose Deadpool's madness, also juxtaposing the straight-lacedness of Cable. So you'd have Cable be the straight guy to Deadpool's humor, and then Domino would be the linear to Deadpool's wacky.
Right.
So you'd have a mercenary that did stuff by chance, and then Domino who did stuff by precision. So where Cable was frustrated with his antics, she'd be frustrated with his mercenary stylings. So I'd have her be the focal point of this is how the job should be, what are you doing? And she could be a total badass without having to be a linear character.
Let me expose my ignorance just for a second.
Yeah.
Does Domino have any superpowers?
She does. I was just about to throw that into the mix. she has what they call probability altering powers, which basically means she's extremely lucky. So,
Which is why she can also be written like a poor woman's black cat if they do it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, like, her powers are like, I control probability, so that shot
In
was
my favor.
really good. Like, it
Yeah.
just, it could be really poorly done, but that's why her character could be the antithesis to Deadpool if they write her right.
but may I also throw out there that could be a source of comic frustration.
Oh, absolutely.
For Deadpool to be like, how did you do that? Well, I'm a mutant. It's what I do. You
Right,
know,
and that's
like-
why it'd be fun with the Cable trifectorate. Like, you'd have these three characters that are all very different, but all mercenaries in a way that all
Right.
handle things very differently.
Okay.
So
Because I like he's so much of a comedic character. He has to play off of two straight men.
exactly,
Yeah.
Two
that's
straight
the fun
men.
of it.
That's kind of a fun bit. Yeah, I like that a lot.
All right. Anything else? Because I want to move. We got a lot.
Mel Gibson for Cable.
He might be
how
too
long
busy
have you been
directing
saying that
Suicide
now?
Squad.
10 years.
All right, let's jump over to Cloak and Dagger. We don't really have any news, but we do have the first shot of them together, which is fun.
And it is darling.
It is. They look adorable.
They
look adorable.
It looks
They're
so
adorable.
good. I love the picture of them. I love that it looks like a prom photo. Something about it just like rings true to like young love.
Well,
Nice.
it looks like they're on a first date.
Yeah.
Like they've had like a really good first date. You know, like, here we are at the beach. Like, they're going to look at this in 10 years and be like, remember that date to the beach? You bought me tacos, and
And that's how the show should
I took a
feel.
bite, and the chicken went all over, so you,
Oh,
like...
you're so silly.
Yeah, that's what that picture is.
That's
awesome.
perfect. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
And you had to teleport all that hot sauce to the dark dimension. Oh, I did.
And then you had to feed me light daggers, because I was starting to go over
It was too
a little too
spicy.
close to the dark side. Yeah.
We're writing a weird Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so the actor's name is Aubrey Joseph, and the actress's name is Olivia Holt, and that's it. But they are on set. They look like they're getting along, and that's exciting. So let's move on to Infinity War, where we've got Millie Bobby Brown spotted on set. There's a picture of her there, being pretty much the luckiest kid in the world.
I mean, after being in the best new TV show since
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, and then being like an internet darling and being just as charming as you are talented, let's go visit the Avengers set.
Yeah. Let's go see what they're doing over there. Hi, Chris Pratt. Hi, Tony Stark. Yeah.
You guys are literal action figures, and I'm a kid young enough to appreciate that as much
Yep.
as people that do Marvel movie news shows might. This is great.
Yeah, as much as 40-year-old adults might. Now, I will caution everybody. A lot of internet rumors started about like who she could possibly be playing in Infinity War.
A friend of the directors.
That's our guess. Is that,
Pretty sure she's just hanging out, right? She's just hanging out. She's just a kid
in
hanging out.
Atlanta.
yeah, our guess was that the Russo brothers were like, wait. Stranger Things 2 is filming around here. Get 11 over here.
Yeah, maybe
Can we get
everyone's
11
a
over
fan
here?
of Stranger Things on the planet.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
they want to have that happen.
Yeah, in fact, look at how bored she looked. She was probably pulled over there against her will. She's like, Avengers, I guess.
I don't know.
I have
I'm
powers
kidding,
on the
Brian,
other
I'm kidding.
set. I don't even have powers on this set. Where are my egos?
All I do here is sit and watch other people have fun. I want to return.
That said, if they ever did a Power Pack show, Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
There's
Absolutely.
my fan cast. That's
Yeah.
all I
You're
mean,
very good at the koi
there you
cast.
go, that's where it should go.
So let's do we have anything
I
or
mean, Millie, she's teaming up for like the next Avengers in a couple of years, so I don't know what character she could possibly be, but I mean, right now apparently Kyle says she's gonna be in Godzilla 2. I don't know.
Sure.
That's what I heard, too.
She's multitasking right now, and she's only 13 years old. So I mean, we'll see her in the MCU one day. I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
Well,
Yeah.
like, if they go
MCU's
Young
still
Avengers,
young.
She's researching right now.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
years.
She's
like,
laying the groundwork.
she's doing her own thing.
All right, well, let's move on to Inhumans. First of all, we've got big news on this, but I want to say right now that they are apparently set to start filming in March. So we're probably going to start getting a cavalcade of casting news.
So this is the like 4-hour movie thing that's
This is
pilot to a
the-
TV show or
This one is weird, and
Okay.
I'm excited about how weird this one is. So, the beginning of September, I think the first week of September, I can't remember the exact date. First week of September, we're gonna see a 2-hour premiere in IMAX theaters.
right.
The Inhumans.
Okay.
Then about a month later, towards the end of September, like 3 weeks later, it will premiere on ABC with like an extended hour, like even
Okay.
more than what you saw in the theaters, basically.
But it'll be some of what we saw in the theaters plus more.
From what I understand, that is correct. Yes, Brian. But the
So
theaters,
it's like the opposite of the Dark Knight, where you got more, you get a little less, and you watch it on TV.
yeah, and the theaters are only IMAX. Like you can't just go watch it at just like whatever theater. It has to be an IMAX theater because that's how it's being presented.
Wow.
Because it's partially like IMAX teamed up with ABC to do just that.
Okay.
So, but it's supposed to start filming in March in Hawaii. There are other rumors that they're going to film some stuff in Chicago and in Los Angeles.
Makes sense.
Sure. All right,
It's
whatever.
one island. You have a lot to film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it has multiple locations.
Hawaii is Adelan.
I'm so excited.
I'm
There's-
excited for that.
There's so many people excited for Inhumans that there was like a news break of, and they're filming in Chicago. It's like, that's
That's cool.
good.
Good for
Like
them.
that,
Yeah.
Inhumans has such a fan base now, like because they're like the poor man's X-Men. That like, it's really cool that the Inhumans are getting such a big release.
It's so funny that everyone refers to them as the like that, like, oh well, they're it's Marvel's attempt to get the X-Men, but like they're a Jack Kirby creation. Like
They
they're
are. They're really weird
so
and cool.
like weird and
Yeah.
off on their own thing. And
You know what they're not? The X-Men.
the X-Men. No, I know.
No,
I
no,
get
not
it.
the
I
X-Men.
get it.
You know what I
Like the X-Men.
Marvel's X-Men.
I know.
So you know what I'm always gonna hold a grudge against? The Inhumans. They're keeping me from my X-Men. Logan looks fantastic.
Drink water. We'll talk about Logan later.
Logan does look fantastic.
But here's the big news about Inhumans, and this just broke today. Actor Ewan Rion. Am I saying that correctly? Iwan. Someone's gonna make a gif of that.
Erwan?
Yeah, Matt
Aragorn?
like shorting out, like trying to say a name.
Ramsey Bolton. There.
Yeah, Ramsey Bolton. Done. Fixed. Thank you. The actor who played Ramsey Bolton, who might be one of the worst villains ever in television
Oh
history.
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like pretty easily, has been cast as Maximus the Mad, and what could be described as maybe the most perfect casting ever.
Yeah,
He looks
absolutely.
so much like the comic character.
He does.
He looks
He
so
does.
much like
Yeah.
him.
Like I was sitting at my table today, like sitting off news, the Screen Junkies and stuff like that, and I got that news and was like, what? Like I was a South Park character. Oh, what? What? Like I couldn't contain it. But I'm excited about that casting. I think that's pretty dead on perfect casting for Maximus.
It has me more excited for the Inhumans because I was worried about the budget because
Yeah.
of how much they'd already had to put towards IMAX, how a show that's filming in IMAX is going to have money for actors.
Sure.
But doing a Marvel property is the best commercial for your career of all time. Like you don't need to make a lot of money, you just need to get the exposure so you can start
Sure.
directing like Chris Evans and stuff. So him signing on for me gives me hope that the script is as good as it needs to be to earn him.
Well, let me also point out this is only eight episodes,
Right.
so it's not like they're doing a full half season or a full season.
But if
like
you think
it's
about
8 episodes.
a movie's 2 hours, that's at minimum 8. So you're talking
Yeah.
about 4 times the budget of
Sure.
anything
Well,
with the power set. That's a lot of money.
Sure.
That was like Peggy Carter was
Yep.
8 episodes. Right?
Yeah. So
But IMAX is already like 5 years ago. IMAX was prohibitively expensive. So the
Right.
fact they're doing 2 episodes of an 8-hour show and all these powers, I hope they have the
well,
money.
let me throw this out at you. It's entirely possible that IMAX gave ABC
Oh, I'm sure that
production
they
money.
funded
Like-
a lot. Yeah.
like I'm sure they gave them the cameras for free.
Right.
Because
Because it's not like you don't want Marvel in your wheelhouse.
Exactly,
we
you
don't
know,
really
so-
need those Marvel guys in our theater.
So let me throw out his description to you real fast. He's been described in like Hollywood Reporter, Variety. I think maybe this had come with the press release. He's described as a clever and charming Inhuman that is fiercely devoted to the people of Etelan, especially his brother the King, though he harbors an intense desire to wear the crown for himself. Showrunner Scott Buck, who did Dexter and is also finishing up Iron Fist, says Maximus is a complex character, likable, charming, and villainous all at the same moment. And Jeff Loeb said of the character, Ewan's ability to be charming, roguish, and still completely unexpectedly dangerous were all different sides we need to bring the character to life. So, I totally agree.
Perfect.
I totally agree. Quick background on who Maximus is, for those who don't know. First of all, he's a brother to King Black Bolt. King Black Bolt is the king of the Inhumans. Or at least the king of the Inhumans of Etelan. We've since discovered that there's other Inhuman cities, like Oralan, and then there's like the weird corporate one that was looked over by the devil. I can't remember
You
that
know so
character.
much more about Inhumans than I do.
I like the Inhumans.
I'm happy for you.
I like the Inhumans. I think they're great. I prefer the X-Men, but I love the Inhumans too. I think that they're their own wonderful and great thing.
There we can agree.
So Black Bolt's power is that like
It's a royal decree. That was a royal decree.
Motion pass.
if Black Bolt speaks, he can level like a mountain. Like if he whispers, like he could destroy an entire building. But if he speaks, if he's like, "Hey, Koi," he like blows up a city. Like he's like a nuclear bomb in his voice. Maximus's power is that he is so intelligent, he went insane. Like he's like one of the
an odd power.
He is so much more intelligent than almost anybody else on Earth. That he it's kind of like do we have Doctor Who fans? Sure. The Doctor Who the Master, when he looked into time and kind of heard the drums and lost his sanity. Maximus is very much the same kind of character, where he's like he has seen the Matrix and it drove him mad, sort of
It's like
thing.
Grant Morrison's Joker thing, where he's like so hyper intelligent, he's more sane than everyone, which made him insane.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Basically, yeah. So I love the character. I think it's great, and I think it'll be fun to see him as a villain because
I think he does pretty well.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Namor is getting rumors of a new show. This also comes to us from Real News Hawaii, where they said that according to the Twitter feed, both Aquaman and Namor, they just said the Submariner, are going to be filming off of their shores soon. Aquaman makes sense. Namor,
They got the rights back a couple years ago.
They did. I see three possibilities here. Do you want me to list them?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Well, we are here to do that,
I mean,
right?
what else are we doing then?
He is either getting his own show. John Ridley, I believe is his name, who did, I think he's the screenwriter on 12 Years a Slave, has been developing that show with Marvel for like almost 2 years now. No one knows what it is. Hyper secretive. Could be Namor that he's doing. Could be that they're making him an Inhuman, and he's going to be in the Inhumans.
Intrigue.
The third option is a combination of that one and the first one.
Backdoor pilot?
Not a backdoor pilot. It is they are mistaking the Submariner for Triton.
That'd be sad for everyone.
Yeah.
That's a Namor fan.
Yeah. I kind of wonder if they're either mistaking Namor for Triton, who's part of the Inhuman royal family, and he's basically Namor, except he's not the king of Atlantis.
Right.
And he's more fish-like. Either that, or they are going to make Namor part of the Inhuman royal family.
Fourth option.
And take the place of Triton.
Clerical error. There's
Also
a scene
possible.
featuring Namor in Infinity War, and they're filming in Hawaii, and they assume it's bigger than they think it is. Backdoor pilot.
Sure.
That's totally an option.
Sure.
Like, we don't know who's in Infinity War, and there's so many characters. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, I don't know anyone who's begging or clamoring for a Namor show. Maybe some of our fans are, and if they are, please let us know. I would love to know.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag right now. I don't know. People are calling him Barnacle Boy right now.
Barnacle Boy.
But like,
They
want Namor in the MCU.
The
Yeah.
best way
want
to
him
get
in the MCU.
Namor is through Aquaman. I mean, the only way we're going to give any credibility to these water boys is through Jason Momoa, because he's going to be awesome as Aquaman. That's the only credibility we're going to get is through DC. Full DC credit.
You want to know the irony of that? Namor came first.
I know, but
Namor came in Marvel #1 from 1939, 1940.
Yeah, he was like Golden Age Human Torch era.
Bill Everett. Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean that is he's one of the first.
Yeah,
He's the first mutant, right?
Well, he's the first mutant, but he wasn't the first mutant, and because mutants didn't exist in Marvel #1.
Right, and they can't call him a mutant in the MCU. He's a
No.
Miracle Boy.
No, but that's why he could be an Inhuman.
True.
So I mean,
Because
that's what
they
they did
take
with.
all the best stories and writers anyway.
Anyway, that's mine. Do you guys have a take on this? Are you excited? Would you want to watch Namor? Anybody here?
No. I just could not care less.
Not my first pick.
Seriously,
no.
could not care less.
I would watch it just to see what they did with it. You know, the first one or two.
I
Yeah, I just watched it because it was out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really seek it.
Yeah, I am so Marvel through and through. I'd
That's
be
what I
like,
mean, I'd watch it 'cause
gotta
Marvel's
watch
on.
another
Oh,
Marvel.
no, you're
yeah.
wrong. I would watch it because I would have to, right? For
yeah.
the completion of the set.
But there's a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
We're all completionists
But,
here.
I mean, do I care? No.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. When they were like Submariner, I was like, I guess.
Sure.
But if
It
John
all
August is
depends on
doing it, that would be
I just-
cool. And like maybe they could do like some really cool politics with it. And maybe it ends up being like Atlantis versus Atalan. Like
My thing with Namor is I love him and the Storm. It's like Sue Storm. I love him and the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, exactly.
And without the Fantastic Four, I can't really invest. And
Yeah.
that's Phase Fantastic Four. If that happens, sure.
yeah, well, maybe Namor will end up being bad guy in Inhumans.
I'm cool with it.
And he teams up with Maximus, and Maximus helps find a way to get all the Atlanteans inside of Atalan. I mean, Atalan and Atalas.
Are clearly very similar by how you can say them at the
Atalan
same
and
time.
Atlantis are both kind of from the same root. So
Right, and
anyway.
post-credit scene, Sue Storm. And then we get Fantastic Four.
Nerds. All right. Let's move on to. It's not really Captain Marvel news so much as it's. Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury news. But he, let's see, he was speaking with a site called WeGotThisCovered.com, and they asked him if he would ever want to do just a solo Nick Fury movie. And his answer was, not surprisingly, yeah, I'd love to do a Nick Fury movie. Nick Fury movie. I'm always open in game, but they got Infinity Wars, 2 movies to do there. And then after that, there's Brie Larson's movie, Captain Marvel, which maybe Nick will be a part of. So, I don't know. The rumor, the internet went nuts.
I thought
Saying-
Captain Marvel was in between the 2 Infinity Wars.
It is.
Okay.
It is. So there's Black Panther. Then I believe is Ant-Man and the Wasp before the Infinity War? I think it might be after.
I think it's after.
It's
I
after.
think, yeah, Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Infinity War 2. I think that's the next order.
Jesus.
That's next year.
Yeah. That's the next 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some.
No, I know it's not all next, but that starts next year.
Every month. They've been very busy.
Yeah, Marvel releases a movie every month. Yeah.
No. Matt Key confirmed.
No, stop it. Get out.
2012.
I was so hoping that someone would say that while I was on the show. As a fan, I just wanted to hear that.
There's still time for you to say it.
All right.
What do you here now? I could see Nick Fury being a part of it. I really could. I think that the internet got excited to hear that he thought he might be, but I don't think that Samuel L. Jackson's even heard.
Anyway, a confirmation.
Yeah, there's no confirmation at all. But I can understand where people would be excited. We saw him in Age of Ultron, but we didn't see him in Civil War, which seems a little strange because it seems like he would be in Civil War. You'd be like, well, what are you guys doing? Let's work together. But and he's on the lam.
Yeah.
He's on the lam, like he's a hunted man.
He was so good in Winter Soldier. Don't rush him into something else.
He was so good in Winter Soldier.
And it was an important character. I want
Yeah.
Nick Fury to only show up when he's needed, not when he's a button. Like, I don't want
Agreed.
Easter egg Fury. I want Fury to be earned.
The Easter Fury.
I don't want the Easter Fury.
Pop, pop,
Not
pop!
my
Here comes
house.
the Easter Fury. Yeah.
He's going to be in Infinity War, though, right?
Oh, sure, I'm
He's
sure.
got to.
He's got to
Yeah,
be.
Yeah.
he
He's
has
got
to
to be.
be.
Yeah, he's got to be.
We don't want these
but
snakes on any
here-
planes and anything else. I want some real Nick Fury.
Here's where I would love to see Nick Fury come into Captain Marvel. I don't think Captain Marvel has her powers in Infinity War.
So you think she gets her powers?
I
in
think she
Infinity War?
somehow gets her powers during Infinity War. I think she's
cosmic. That makes
Very
sense.
possible.
and I think she's probably like an Air Force captain or something like that. She's probably liaisoning. I think it's liaising though.
Liaising.
Thank you, Brian. She's liaising with Tony Stark's Avengers, or maybe like Captain Rogers is snuck in and he's like working with the Air Force undercover, like on the sly. I don't know. But she gets mixed up in the Avengers fight with Thanos. And he brings the Psyche Magnetron for, why not? And she gets her powers. They're probably not going to do the
I
Psyche
would
Magnetron,
like that
They're
to
probably
happen.
not going to do the Psyche Magnetron.
Yeah, they're probably most definitely not going to do the Psyche
I was thinking
Magnetron.
Yeah,
that until
absolutely.
Captain Marvel 1 just came out and had a speech bubble about it. It had a single,
did they really?
A single
Oh,
line
man.
of dialogue featured that phrase, so I think it is canon because
No, it's totally canon.
but, like, you introduce a number 1 to get the comic fans about to see her interested. So I don't think they would have mentioned that unless they planned on
fair.
using it. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
fair.
they had the chance for a soft reboot, didn't take it. I also would love her to be introduced to that concept, and then at the end of the movie, Samuel L. Jackson, Iron Man 1 style, comes and recruits her.
That's where I was going.
I want some old school post credit.
That's where I was going to go.
Nick Fury hype.
Yeah, you took it.
I like mines.
Yeah, it's fair. That's fair.
Complimented both of us.
But I do think she'll get her powers in Infinity War because otherwise, like, she's really she's pretty OP. Like, like between her and Doctor Strange both fighting Thanos, and like if they have like someone cosmic like Adam Warlock come in or something, like, I don't know. That's
Killed
pretty.
half the universe, man.
I know.
There's
I
still
know.
a lot of fighting.
I know. I'm just saying, like, she's pretty powerful. So I think she gets her powers in Infinity War. That's why she has a Captain Marvel movie, because Nick Fury's like, so you think you're Captain Marvel now? Like, haha, no, you're not. Let me show you how to be that. Like,
With that accent?
with that accent, yeah.
A really weird montage.
I'm convinced though. My theory about Infinity War is that the first one is definitely like Empire. Like, I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
everyone dies.
it's going to be a lot of like people are dying. It's going to be like it's going to end on a very,
lot of contracts
very,
get
very
finished.
dour note. So it kind of makes sense to say that she would get her powers, or maybe that is the one little tiny bright thing that like
yeah.
links
Sliver
us,
of hope.
like links us then to the next thing. You
Convince
know?
that the
bad.
next movie
I
the
like that.
superpowered characters start to take them out, and then you can bring whatever characters back from the dead you need to, and then contracts. For
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that idea. I like
There you
that
go.
idea. Yeah. I do think probably in the first 5 minutes they'll kill Spider-Man. I'm just kidding.
Sir,
Coy's face. That was awesome.
No, I know.
that's another gift for the internet. I think not. Unless they bring in death for Deadpool 12, and then all are happy.
I do. The more and more I think about it, the more I'm a little more convinced that maybe Hela could be Death.
Interesting.
Like, I don't want that to be the case.
Right, because that'd be a lot of continuity
But
comic-wise.
I could see where they could make. I can see the argument for it.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
and Hela's in Thor.
Thor Ragnarok.
Right.
Yeah.
Kate
Yeah.
Blanchett.
Right.
Like,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
she can play.
I mean, that's a big.
I mean,
That's
that's
a
a
big
big get.
I
Yeah.
still want Eva Green as Death.
Oh man.
Because, man, Eva Green is dead. Like, I could see Thanos
Oh,
and
man.
Deadpool lusting after Eva Green.
Yeah.
I get it.
All right. Well, moving on.
PG show. Let's be polite.
Guardians of the Galaxy. So we still have not seen Kurt Russell in the role of Ego. Well, sorry. I've seen it because it was.
I've seen it too.
Oh, have you?
I was at the same Comic-Con panel you were.
So this side of the table's seen it. So we've seen it, and we can confirm.
Yes.
We can confirm.
I can confirm.
Yeah, that
Does Matt Key confirm?
Matt Key can
there
confirm.
it is.
Yeah, in this one, yeah.
As can
John Armstrong can also confirm this.
that this toy does indeed look like Kurt Russell in the movie.
Yeah.
They're not lying to you with this picture. Is basically what I'm trying to say. They're not pulling any wool over anybody's eyes. This is what he looks like in the movie.
Amazing.
Like
So-
Kurt Russell.
Like
Yeah.
Kurt Russell in a beige khaki shirt and
Yeah.
dark olive green pants.
Never would have guessed.
Okay.
But he does have the beard and he does have that scarf thing and the pouches and satchels and all. So this is the closest look so far that we've seen to what he looks like in the film. If you don't count the
Or at least in that scene in the film, you know.
In that one scene, yeah.
In that
that's
one
true.
scene, yeah.
He may take
Because
on
obviously, because he's a human planet, you know,
Yeah.
a living planet,
Yeah.
you
Might
might
get
look
other
other
looks.
like other looks,
a
yeah.
living planet, yeah, anthropomorphized planet who
Yeah.
wills himself to bipedal sentience. Yeah,
I'm so
Yeah.
ready for this movie in my
Oh,
life.
man.
Can't wait.
It's
just
gonna
me
be
saying that
insane.
sentence made
Yeah,
me giddy.
it's February, guys. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Slow-
May, right?
Slowly.
Yeah.
Slowly.
May.
Like May. March, April.
So we've got two more quick stories to get through before we get to some of the bigger stuff. Spider-Man: Homecoming, Legos. They did it again.
Always
They
real-
tell us
Always
everything.
with the Legos. So we've got. You can't really tell what's going on here, and I
Potential
almost
spoiler, maybe.
potential spoiler, but not really.
Diet
I mean,
spoiler.
sure, diet spoiler. Yeah. I'll tell you why I included it in just a second. But there's a truck. You see a truck, and it looks like there's a laser popping out of it, and Iron Man and Spider-Man are fighting it and the Vulture. Like, so
So we know all that already.
we basically know that at
I
some
didn't know
point.
there was a truck in Spider-Man. That's a reveal. I didn't want to know there was a truck. Now I know.
So at one point, Iron Man and Spider-Man are chasing a truck with Vulture. Now here's the only reason I included this, because you don't really learn anything that we don't basically already know. Only reason I included this, they blacked out someone in the window. There's a mystery figure
Yeah.
in the window, and then we're down in the corner where it's like we got the Vulture, Iron Man, and Spider-Man, and he's got like his web power or whatever. They blocked out the character there. So who's that character?
The most important thing to me about this is that Lego has finally learned to respect spoilers.
That's
I was
actually very
totally
true.
just about to say that. I'm like, this is the first time because you guys have been using this.
Yep.
From this show, I got that. When I travel around the world doing my show, I'm like, I will go to places that sell Lego, like I was in Denmark and things like that. Like, and I'm like looking through Legos to see if there's any spoilers in the Legos. Like I'm learning stuff. Like I saw that the Giant Man thing, you know, on the set way before because it's not even Toy Fair because he just had it like when I was in Denmark. It was amazing.
That's amazing.
So like that now it's like, hey, they finally caught on to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Thank
look,
you,
Lego is listening to you guys, and you should be proud of it.
Hashtag spoilers in the
There you
Lego.
go.
Yeah. So this was taken at the New York Toy Fair where
That's fascinating.
they actually blacked that out at the Toy Fair too.
Good.
Like that's one. Like they didn't black it out on the picture. That's blacked out of the Toy
And
Fair.
Oh,
that's
so
a
the
win-win.
Toy Fair
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
colored it in.
Well, no, I'm saying like Lego probably colored it in on behalf of the Toy Fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's a win-win because not only do we get more hype, it causes mystery. We're talking about it, but we also don't have the reveal that ruined.
Yep.
Like, I didn't want to know about Ant-Man, Giant Man. I didn't want that. I mean, I
Yeah.
knew it was going to happen, but I didn't want to know. I didn't want to see it. So now we get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Smart.
is great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I think it's
Lego.
great. So my question to you. Who's in the car? Is it Shocker? I think it's Shocker. I think it's Shocker.
Which is less of a spoiler than
Yeah.
Hey, so Shocker's in the movie and someone's driving a truck. Shit. But I think it's probably Shocker.
It's probably Shocker.
I think it's Shocker.
But if it's not, then I can't wait to look back at this episode and be like, oh, and
No, I know who it is.
Yeah.
Up.
That'll be cool.
All I know is that villain's definitely Lego shaped. That's that's what we can tell from that.
In the
thing.
movie, probably.
Honestly,
In the movie.
probably yellow
He's got
in
a
this image.
he's got a little cap on his head. That's all I know.
That's all we get.
All right. One last thing, and this just came in this morning. A Malaysian actress named Raja Ilya, in an interview with Star 2, said that I can't get any accurate shooting location for now. I've just been informed to fly to Hollywood by the end of the year for a role selection and for which Marvel title I'll be working on. So this actress has been brought in by Marvel to play a mystery role. I don't know anything about it, and in fact, the way she says it, I mean, this could just be like a rough translation, but it sounds like she doesn't even have a role yet. But like, I have to acknowledge it because a lot of people are
Fans
excited
are-
about it. A
that's
lot of the
awesome.
fans are wondering about it. In fact, Joshua Never Josh at Lefty Twilight says Abigail Brand or Jessica Drew. Absolutely, I could see both of those. But the way she says it is for the end of the year for role selection for which Marvel title I'll be working on. Like, well, it sounds like she's coming here to audition. You know,
It
like,
could be
so.
anything. And obviously, every actress wants to be mentioned in the same sentence as Marvel. I
Sure.
hope that,
Yeah.
for her sake, great, good for her.
Sounds more like she's falling for a scam.
Yeah,
I think
she's
it's an online
She's at the
scam.
mall, and
This
she's
is-
like,
this
you've
is-
been recruited
yeah.
to a Marvel movie.
This is like those Marvel what are them like those modeling academies like the
Oh,
Barbers
yeah.
on stuff like that. That's what this
yeah.
is. This
it's
is
the
what this
Marvel
is.
version.
Yeah, it's the Marvel
Come
version
in,
of that.
and if you graduate, you get to be put
Yeah,
in a
we're gonna
Marvel
learn you
movie.
become a superhero movie.
We'll make you an Inhuman.
$100 a day.
Koi will hate you.
Why, if you ruin my X-Men. But Jessica Drew is a great character that's been fixed lately in the comics in a magical way. The Spider-Woman comic is the best it's ever been right now.
It's a great book.
Yeah.
I really
Jessica
like that
Drew
book.
as a mother.
I'm
and
like a month behind.
It's a great book.
And Porcupine is like the most likable.
I know, right?
Like, read Spider-Woman, but if
It's
they go that
really
way,
good. Yeah.
then I'm all in for Jessica
And I
Drew
think Jessica.
series.
I think Jessica Drew would be a really actually good like a Netflix series. I
absolutely.
generally do it. Yeah.
And the
The
irony-
book now at least.
The irony of Jessica Jones beating Jessica Drew to the big screen, small screen, the screen
Yeah.
is amazing. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, screen in general, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean that
She was based on.
because Brian Michael
Yeah.
Bendis wanted to write Jessica Drew. Marvel's like, we don't know this Bendis guy, so they let him invent Jessica Jones. She's now everything, and the entire Marvel universe is based off Bendis, effectively. So it's
Absolutely.
like maybe we should bring in Jessica Drew.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time.
So that'd be cool. And congrats to this actress if it's not a Barbizon scam.
Exactly.
I don't think it is. Congratulations to the actress who is 90% not watching our show.
90.
Maybe she works for Lego now and she's watching the show.
Maybe
You
so,
don't know
maybe
that.
so.
She's blacking out the shocker.
Exactly. She's doing that right now.
97% chance she's not watching the show. So that's the end of our quick bits. We had a lot.
We had a
So,
lot.
We had a lot. We had a lot to get through.
Do we have any information on the actress? Has she done other things? Do we know what?
I
she's
didn't
done?
grab
Because
any
it just
of
came
that.
out this morning. I was
It
just
came out
curious
this
if
morning.
we-
I haven't had a chance to really look into it any further.
Got
So,
it. Curious.
but I do want to tell everybody about the wonders of Blue Apron.
My stomach can agree. They are wonderful.
So Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country, and their mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone. I don't know if maybe you've seen the commercials that are online right now about how, like, here's the food industry and everything is colored and kind of fake, but here's like real ingredients, and we're working with actual farmers to bring
And
fresh
all of their
actual
food
food to you.
really
Yeah.
tastes like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I thought was crazy because I've done food service things before, and their food was like locally sourced and delicious, not one or the other.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah. So, they believe that cooking together builds strong family bonds, and research shows that Blue Apron families cook nearly 3 times more often, which makes total sense to me because they're getting like the biggest. I think the biggest problem is that when I go to the grocery store, I don't know what to get.
And
You
or
know,
you
like,
forget the one thing, like you get all the ingredients
Yeah.
at one, and then you're like,
you know, like even though I'm married, I'm still such a bachelor. I go to the grocery store, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna make chicken, I'm gonna do this, or I could just make mac and cheese.
what if I got cereal and milk?
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's the good thing about Blue Apron is that they say, hey, we're making all of this super easy for you, and it's delicious. Why would you say no? So let me tell you some of their featured meals: cashew chicken stir fry with tango mandarins and jasmine rice, roasted pork with apple, walnut, and farro salad, crispy barramundi with quinoa and roasted carrot, or udon noodle soup with miso and soft boiled eggs. That's the one I would get.
I just did the
very good.
cheddar cheeseburger, which was incredible. The baked manicotti, and then I have one tonight. Oh, chicken chili. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying they're all really good.
Oh, man.
I can't do dairy because it makes my skin angry, so
Yeah.
I made the burger, one with no cheese, one with cheese, found a homeless person in my neighborhood, ate it with them, and it was awesome. Made a friend.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice.
It
Whoa!
was really cool. So I
You're a good
couldn't
man.
do cheese, and I was talking about that on the show before. We give the discount, and we give, which we'll get to at the end.
Yeah.
You get your first 3 for free. So basically, if you don't want all of them, then make someone's day, life, world, year. So it's a really cool thing to do, and you get to learn how to cook. So everyone wins, and that guy won't forget
I
that.
had no idea you were a good person.
I know it's weird.
No idea.
I hide it as best as
You
possible.
do. You hide it very well.
Deep
Yeah.
down.
Unless, of course, that homeless person was lactose intolerant,
And
and you were just a jerk.
And I left right away
Yeah.
before I found out.
All right.
So they've got it's very affordable. It's less than $10 per meal. It's you can choose from a wide variety of new recipes every week, so there's always something different to look for. They guarantee their freshness. Their freshness.
The holiday season.
The holiday season in Freshmas.
Freshness, yeah. Let's see. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free, as you said, with free shipping. You didn't say
Wow.
that. It's free shipping, which is
It's awesome. It's a great program, guys.
You go to blueapron.com/Marvel. You will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. That's blueapron.com/Marvel. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. So thank you for sponsoring our show, Blue Apron. We
Yay, Blue
appreciate
Apron.
that, and we appreciate how delicious you are. It's nice to have a sponsor we
Actually, enjoy.
Actually, like,
yeah,
really
no,
want
yeah,
it.
it's authentic.
Yeah. So,
Speaking of authentic sponsors,
are we going to jump into movement? I was going to say that for after show, but we can talk about movement
while
watches.
we're sponsoring.
Yeah, talk about movement, man.
Now, I have in front of me, I'm just going to say it from the heart. NVMT watches are a company that cut out the middleman and actually pass on savings. I am a watch guy, and usually watches are prohibitively expensive because you got to go through either stores or through online dealers or scary guys in bad alleys. And this prevents that by literally they only have online representation, so you can buy the watch through them, and they have watches starting at $95, which is insane for a good watch, not like a Walmart. No offense to Walmart. I see you, Walmart.
They're not sponsoring our show.
They're not, and we know what you do. So these are like real quality watches. They've got tons of great styles. They're all like really nice looking. I have 3 now. I really love this company. And basically, we pass along a further discount if you use nvmt.com/Marvel. I believe it's 15% off.
15% off.
15% off. And
With free shipping and free returns if the watch doesn't work. If it's not your stuff.
if it's not your style, not just if it doesn't work, because it'll work. They're great, and they basically go through podcasts, and instead of doing commercials, they use podcasts that care about them and actually get the word out. So NVMT is a great company, and I like what they do, and I like how they look, which is my slogan. I like what they do, and I like how they look.
That's a very nice watch.
That's
Yeah.
it, and that's without any.
Yeah, you don't even
That's from
have
the
it.
heart.
That's from the heart. Yeah, you've got it memorized.
true,
Yeah,
that's
I have not been a watch guy since I moved to California, and then
Like
they
Paul Rudd in Hawaii, where he just doesn't need it.
Sure. Yeah, you know that movie that I saw.
Fine, we'll need your references anyway.
But these guys came along and sponsored our show, and now I'm a watch guy.
Yeah,
I'm a
awesome.
watch guy. Yeah, so anyway, so there's that. Let's talk to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. real quick.
News.
Let's get
Wait, before we do that,
Yeah.
I should mention some love to Dallas.
Oh
Stanley.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
Dallas Stanler surprised us by sending this in to our office. We found it on the desk today.
Yeah.
And it is
When
a
we got into the studio.
beautiful beast of a book. The Marvel Encyclopedia, which is going to make me do my job better. I don't know.
You're
if I
already
know-
so bad at it.
I don't know Marvel. Who is this guy? So I'm like super excited to read the nitty gritty, and like there's no way to read every single comic from the 60s to now, and stuff like this really helps, like, you know, see what's canon and see what even exists anymore. So I want to thank Dallas for sending this in.
Yeah,
I'm
Dallas.
excited to check
That's a
it
great
out.
book.
I'm excited to see what the world is, and thank you, man.
All right.
Good work, Dallas. Thank you. You are an incredible individual. Aunt Manthony, do we have a video from Doom? I did not see one in my inbox. Did he send one in?
This is Marissa now.
Hey, Marissa!
You've changed.
No, there's no Doom.
Oh, there's no Doom. All right. Well, we don't.
I can sum it up for you.
Oh,
if you'd like.
can you? Go
Sure.
for it, please.
He really loves the show a lot. There you go.
Oh, I thought you were gonna.
No, I'm just going to sum up his video
That is
for
a
you.
concise Doom minute.
Yeah.
That is.
And I'll tell you what, I watch the show because of how much he loves that
That's
show.
what I mean. Like, he loves Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as much as I love Spider-Man.
He has made me stay with the show in places where I probably would not have stayed. And I'm glad for it.
Hype
So
is real,
I will
man. I
gotta give him
love how
credit.
much he loves that show.
Yeah.
He loves that show.
Doom's the real deal. I saw him at Geek on Sundry last week.
Just hyping it. Just
Yeah,
loves it.
he's a good
So the
guy.
Doom Minute this week is us talking about how much he loves.
Yeah,
Agents
yeah.
of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's a good minute.
I mean, I will say I watched the last week's
open tonight.
and I didn't take any notes, so I can't think of anything off the top of my head except that I was like, it's a good episode. Now, warning on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Tonight's episode is the last one until April.
Ooh, that is a good
So
point.
this is like what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been doing is like they did kind of 3 different sort of pods. That's what they're calling them. So we had Ghost Rider. This is LMD. Don't know what the third one's gonna be, but tonight ends.
So this is the climax of the LMD pod.
But,
Yes.
supposedly, yes.
Okay.
That's what I
You know
understand.
a great
Yeah.
hour-long Marvel show? Legion.
It's so good.
Legion is incredible.
I need to
If you're
watch
not,
that.
That's on Wednesday night.
It's only 2 episodes behind,
Okay.
so just the pilot, then 1, and it's incredible. It's so
Okay.
good.
Yeah,
It's great. Love
Wednesday
it.
nights.
It's like it's stupid good. Like I watch
Yeah.
it going like, what did I do to earn this?
Yeah.
Like how did we as a society deserve this? Because it's like the best X-Men we've never gotten until maybe Logan. Like we might actually have 2 X-Men properties this
Yeah.
year for
Logan
the
looks
first
so-
time
are we
since
talking about
2000.
Logan? Logan looks
Well, yeah, because Logan looks so and
look at
Legion
that.
is that good. Like Legion is a character that did not get a lot of love until recently, and now the show is like in-camera editing like I haven't seen since the 70s, acting that's superb. They take it seriously. It feels like the comic. A lot of it feels like the transitions between scenes feel like transitions between pages in a book.
Yeah.
It is surreal. It's incredible. So if you're not watching Legion, you're only 2 behind. Check it out.
Yeah, totally agree. It's on FX. I think you can watch that on Hulu. I know-
FX, quietly the best network on
You
TV.
watched the first episode on Hulu.
I saw the second one.
The whole thing's on
FX
there.
is
Oh,
a
great.
deal with their setup
Yeah,
now.
I think
great.
so.
Between Atlanta, Always Sunny, and Legion, like FX is quietly the best network on TV. It's
Yeah.
so good. There's so much
Yeah.
good stuff.
All right, let's move on. Marvel Phase 3. Now, last week I wasn't here, but I know you guys talked about the concept art that came out of the Doctor Strange home release. But there were some quotes in there that I pulled that I wanted to briefly talk about.
Oh, you like this Doctor Strange guy?
Yeah. I thought we could like spend the last like let's do like 2 more hours on
Wanna do a
talking about
2-hour
that
show?
film.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Let's do the Lord of the Rings cut.
Yeah.
Or the Fate of the Furious cut. Have you heard
Ooh,
that?
No, it's like 3 hours or something.
Yeah,
It's like this
I'm excited.
epic.
But is it?
2 hours and 40 minutes of Fast and the Furious. The Fate of the Furious.
That's the actual theatrical release.
I'm so hyped.
So
They're
far.
saying that's the internet.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm real hyped.
You know how honest the internet always
Patient,
is.
honest, the internet.
Patient and true. Describe the internet in 2 words. Patient, true. Yeah.
There you go.
So Thanos' plans for the Infinity War. Here's what Infinity War's co-writer Stephen McFeely says. Thanos' goal is to rebalance the universe as he sees it. So when he figures out that the Infinity Stones could do this for him at the snap of a finger, that becomes his main goal. So in the comics, his goal was impress death by killing half the universe. This one is to rebalance it. I don't know what that means. It's entirely possible
It
that
could still involve
it
death.
could still involve death and him like rebalancing the universe on her behalf. Don't know. What do you guys think?
I would argue that if death was in the movie, that I would phrase it this way. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh,
if
yeah.
I were to
Yeah.
be a character, I'd be like, he has to do the thing that he must do, and if he does the thing, he is happy. Like, that is like...
Absolutely.
Like, this is both everything and nothing at once, because when we look back on it, be like, that is what he did. But also, like, this gives me no information.
If they're smart, you won't find out about death until after like someone leaks it from a screening.
Well,
You say that-
if they're
exactly.
smart and as snipery as they have been, we
Yeah.
won't find out till we're in the movie.
It's
I hope.
exactly. That's the way it should
I
be.
really want
Absolutely.
that.
But yeah, I don't think you're gonna find out anything about death.
So much of Civil
I-
War surprised me, and so much of Age of Ultron didn't. So
Oh,
I
that's
think
a-
they're going in the right direction.
No, absolutely.
I
Agreed.
totally agree, and I think James Gunn is taking that to like a whole other level.
We
with,
know
like,
very little
we
about
know
what's happening. In the
almost
movies.
nothing.
Constantly on Facebook. James
Yeah.
Gunn's always like, let's do a live chat. And he'll just answer the most creatively deceptive, not even deceptive, most creatively like silky
Around the
way.
answer,
It's
yeah.
just like this. I'm like, guy, it's perfect. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So if they keep doing in that direction, we're going to be great. We're not going to know anything until we're in the movie, and that's how it should be.
I realize it's not Marvel at all, but if you see those Josh Gad videos where he's
Yes.
asking Daisy Ridley,
Oh my
so
God.
it's so funny.
So
It's the
funny.
greatest thing.
Chris Pratt, I'm in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
Like,
very funny.
I love that man and Star Lord. He is always
great.
Star Lord. He walks around like Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. I now feel that way about Chris Pratt. Like,
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
watching Jurassic World, like, man, Star Lord and Raptors. All right, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in.
So this to me says nothing and everything, and this is how I want press releases to be.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
it's
I
exactly
thought,
what
I
should
thought
be.
it was a perfect answer. Yeah, so let's talk about Black Panther real quick. Again, we don't have too much, but it's the first time we're really hearing any information about it. Ryan Coogler says Panther exists in a gray area. In addition to being a soldier, he has a more important job as a politician. He's constantly making these choices in the fog of politics and the fog of war. So, what does that say to you guys?
It's a political thriller like we want it to be, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
This is not a movie with gray minions and space holes. That's what that says to me, and
Yeah.
that excites me.
Agreed.
So done with space holes. I think every week I've gotten to mention how mad I am at space holes because like I went through and rewatched a bunch of movies and I felt like every single one had a space hole.
Yeah.
So like the fact that we're getting a political thriller a la the Harrison Ford era, this is exactly what it needs to be. That is Black Panther. Like I either wanted a Manchurian Candidate movie or a Black James Bond movie. We might get both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This might be the closest I get to Idris Elba's James Bond, and if it
man.
is, then make mine Marvel.
Well, yours is
Hype.
you're already make mine Marvel.
I mean,
Like,
yeah. No, I'm just my first time on the show.
make my Bond Marvel. Is
Yeah,
what
that's
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying. No, but like, if Black Panther is this political, then we have like so much to play with. Because Michael B. Jordan is like, I would argue, the best actor of this generation, like the under 30, around
He's great.
30 generation. Michael B. Jordan's it. Like, he's charismatic, he's charming, he's smart, he's got the physicality. That fighting Chadwick Boseman, the political thriller with the Black Panther. Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah.
What have I done to deserve this? Take 7. Like, it's just so much hype, man.
Well, let me tell you. Let me go on. Kevin Feige had a couple of quotes in that bit. He says, "We deal with royalty, we deal with royal families, but unlike our other films, it's right here on Earth. We get to explore different cultures and different aspects of our world." Speaking about Wakanda, because Wakanda, as we all know, has been like very isolationist country. They haven't really expanded beyond their borders. They've remained very mysterious and insular. And now they're seeing like, oh, we need to involve ourselves much, much more than we have. And I think that's what he's talking about here, is that like we're going to discover stuff that exists on Earth that we didn't know existed on Earth.
This is my favorite quote.
Yeah.
This one, because to me, we've seen cultures we know. We've seen like largely America-based Marvel movies. We've seen like Captain America represents us and like
Yeah.
Ant-Man represents science. Like we've seen things that are in our wheelhouse as Americans. We have not seen royalty. We don't like that's such a different world. And there's so when I went to South Africa, the culture like struck me for days. Like I just was overwhelmed by it. If they capture that in the movie, plus a culture that they can kind of augment and invent and play around with, like we'll get something like we've never seen in a superhero movie. We'll get something that is richer in culture than we usually get to experience. And that, I mean, that sounds like their focus.
Yeah.
Jadena, the guy that did the Hail to the Chief song in Luke Cage, I've become moderately obsessed with. I saw him live, and then his album came out Friday. That album has 14 tracks that are all different genres that span everything from Nigerian culture to American culture, and it made me realize, like, if Black Panther can do that, then we'll get a movie that isn't a superhero movie. We'll get an actual movie. And like Markia keeps talking about, maybe this will be our Oscar. You know, this will
Oh
be
my God.
when we
I
transfer
hope
over.
so, man. That would be amazing.
And all these quotes sound like that. Like, all these quotes are like, we decided to make a movie. So, I'm excited.
See, the thing that gets me about this is that I genuinely think that this is their first time that they're going to be able to like take some stuff that's actually going on in politics currently in the world and the way things are going and you know, and sort of this nationalism and isolationism and a lot of the stuff is going on right now, and be able to put it directly into this. We're talking about this being an Oscar film. I mean, Oscar films are usually ones that are, you know, political or talking about
Like
some sort of
relevant
topical.
to the time,
and I
yeah.
think they can actually do that with this. You know, talk about what's kind of going on without, you know, naming names or
Right.
mentioning the current president of the United States and that kind of stuff. And
Black
actually,
Panther's real. It's just an alternative fact.
yeah, exactly. And just being able to like, you know, play in that world and say the statements you want to say, which is like,
And you can make it like, you know, this isn't real. It's a Marvel property. But being like,
right? Exactly.
So before we move on, is there anything else you want to talk about with Black Panther?
that to me, that second quote
No,
is
the second
everything.
quote, right? Is there anything on the live chat or on Twitter that we need to know about?
The chat is blowing up. They're excited for Black Panther. I'm excited for Black Panther. Just seeing it at the end of Civil War, like, it's going to be a great film. I'm so ready for it.
Yeah?
I'm so ready. Come on.
And the chat's happy.
The chat is really happy about it.
Any chat highlights for anything while we're doing the live reading thing that we should? Any questions or breezy over stuff? I feel so naked with that. This is me reaching out, man.
Well, someone wants to know if they got the package. Colt said something. If you got like something from.
Tell him I've been bothering Colt. I've been talking to Adam every single day. I'm at Screen Junkies, and he promises he's going to bring it in.
Intrigue.
I'm like, he sent me a package like in October.
Oh wow!
But he sent it to Hector.
Oh,
and then
gotcha.
Hector gave it to Adam because Adam goes into Screen Junkies more often because he actually works there.
Hosting is such a small order. Like, I'll give it to the other guy we see all the time. Yeah, I'll totally bring it in October.
yeah. So sorry, Colt. Colt, by the way, is our social media guy. He posts on our Twitter. He's all from the Starjammer, as we all know. All right, let's close it off with Logan. Let's gonna move on with Logan.
Dude,
It's great.
First of all,
It's great.
it's in 2 weeks. First of all, the reviews are all amazing.
it's
Like all the reviews are like, it's good.
The first negative review on Rotten Tomatoes spoiled the movie, so let
What?
the record show that I
What?
read one sentence and now know some of the third act, and I'm real mad at someone. I'd call out the name, but I forgot you out of spite.
A
So,
real publication
a
or
real, like one of the first reviews that was actually so be careful on Rotten Tomatoes. That's my spoiler because I'm upset.
Whoa,
Right?
that's
they
not
should have some
good.
sort of filter.
what publication? Do you remember the publication?
While we
Or just
talk
some
about it, I'm
random?
gonna look it up.
Please,
I'm
because I
real angry
mean
at it.
that's
What's
ridiculous.
gonna happen?
Yeah, that's legitimately not cool. Like that's not your
Right?
job as a
I'm not
critic.
cool with
Like
that. Anyway, on to the positive.
yeah. Anyway,
What is the percentage though?
I'm gonna find that as well.
so we've got
95%. Holy crap.
with how many reviews? Do you know?
It is up to 95% with 65 critic reviews.
Whoa,
Wow, that's good.
that's pretty solid. I mean, there's
very solid.
There's a reason it premiered at Berlin Film Festival. Like it premiered at a film festival. There's a reason for that. But yeah, everything I've heard from people over at Screen Junkies who may have seen it or know people who have seen it is all just absolutely glowing. Everyone's just like, whoa, this movie. So I want to highlight very quickly. Last week we saw. Did you guys catch this on your show? I don't think you did. The X-23 video that they did, like the behind-the-scenes X-23
We did not
video.
cover it.
I didn't think like I watched it and I was like, wait, I don't remember them talking about it because it happened around the same time you guys were recording.
Yeah, I think it was too soon.
Yeah, it is really disturbing.
Yeah.
Like it's rated R.
I don't think I've seen it.
You haven't? Oh yeah, watch this. Yeah, so you see, like you don't hear any sound. It's just kind of like ambient sound, but like you can see like the DNA and like you can see
All the screens, computer
the
screens.
screens like cell regeneration. But then like you see like them operating on Daphne Keane, giving her like adamantium bones or maybe definitely giving her claws though.
And she's a kid, so it just feels
She's a
so
kid,
raw.
so it's like
Yeah.
so raw. Like they're turning, and here she is screaming. But the last scene is. I'm warning everybody at home. It's a little disturbing if you haven't seen this last scene. She's cutting her arm with her claws. So
And then watching herself heal.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like what and what we don't need to see this Spider-Man.
We've seen it.
But thank you.
I mean, it's great.
It's great. I'd love to see it again, but we don't need to. But what's so disturbing about that to me is, like, if I were to, like, that would be disturbing if anybody was doing it, but it's the fact that she's, like, a 13-year-old child.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, she's so demented and twisted to think that that's, like, a normal thing to do. Like, so sad. And, like,
Yeah.
that immediately pulls your heart into the movie to know, like, that's where they're starting with this poor girl. Like, no wonder she's, like, on the run and they're
So-
chasing her, like, and Wolverine's like, I better help this girl.
So do we think that that's in the movie or is that just outside?
Well, no, that's
I would
viral
guess
video
that's
for
viral
the
video.
promotion stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I think
what I
that's
would
only
think.
promotional.
That's what
yeah,
I would think too.
I don't. Yeah, we might see like a clip or two of it in the movie or something, but I don't think that's actually in the movie.
Yeah.
So one last thing I wanted to talk about with Logan, and this was, I feel like this was bigger news than was made of it, but maybe that's just because I didn't know anything about it, or like this has been out there for a year and I just didn't know. Director James Mangold, talking with Slash Film, was talking, like, the very first question they asked him was about his influences for Logan, and he was talking about westerns, and he said the idea was for me was to have Logan carrying reluctantly for an ailing father and suffering through a dead-end job, trying to buy his meds, trying to keep him from hurting anyone else when he has the world's most powerful brain and Charles has degenerative brain disease.
So anyone else, that is an interesting phrase.
Exactly. And no one, I didn't see anyone talking about it.
We've never gotten confirmation.
Never got confirmation about it. Here we're hearing he's hurt people and Logan is keeping him from doing that. And I think that's a huge deal.
No, that's the plot.
Right. In fact, I think that's why they're on the border of Mexico. I think that they're way out there
away from everybody
because Charles can no longer handle his telepathy.
Right.
And Logan, thankfully, can like regenerate. So if like Charles causes him to stab his heart or something, like he's like, oh,
what a great
reversal
from X-Men 1. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a total reversal. And again, just like in talking about the actual quality of the film, Mangold's goal was to give him not a villain, but to challenge him with something that's hard for Logan. And what's hard for Logan is to have a family and to be intimate and vulnerable.
Week and a half.
And that's what he's having to do here with Professor X and now Laura Kinney coming in. So,
what a great plot. What a great way to
do the Logan. I know.
What a great way to end that amazing...
I know. A total reversal. Here's my wonder. I don't think this is the case. I really do not think this is the case, but it's an interesting quandary to me. We don't want to say what the twist in Old Man Logan is because you should just go read the comic. I don't want to spoil that for you. What if Professor X is somehow responsible for that twist? For that thing that happened in Old Man Logan. And like he's just kind of underplaying. It doesn't want him to wants to keep him from hurting anyone else.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that could be amazing.
Like, how sad.
This movie's gonna be good. Week and a half. Yeah, I couldn't find the review. I think they either pulled it or they grabbed a different chunk of it. So thank you, Rotten Tomatoes.
Good.
It is safe again.
Okay.
Good.
Now I think that Logan. Did you get they recently added a post-credit scene?
Yeah, totally forgot to write that down.
There had not been one, and now the movie's 3 minutes longer, and that leads us to believe, practically confirms there is a post-credit scene.
And I think Slash Film actually reached out to Fox and did 100% confirm there is a post-credit scene.
Okay, gotcha.
So here's what's interesting about that, though. What's that post-credit scene?
Deadpool. It's Fox. What else do they have?
No, but that's what I'm saying.
The end of
the next X-Men?
That shouldn't exist.
But it does.
But yeah, no. But I don't think they've started filming it yet. So maybe they filmed just that one scene. That's certainly possible.
So. Yeah.
I personally think the next thing they have on the docket is Deadpool. So maybe it'll be. I just hope it's not something that is tonally obscure that it's going to throw off the. We're going to walk out of Logan crying. I kind of hope it's not Deadpool.
Why wouldn't it just be the post-credit scene with just the kid, the X-23? If they decided to spin that off into one thing.
Because Mangold said he wanted to.
Yeah, it's possible to do that.
I just hope, like I said, I actually hope, this is the first time you're going to hear me say this, I hope it's not a Deadpool scene. Because I don't want to have the tone.
Wow.
That's how excited I am for Logan. I don't want more Deadpool that soon. Because I think it'll just throw off the feeling of the movie.
I think you're right.
Like Johnny
totally
Cash should not have a button that's like,
Yeah, no, it's a good point. All right, let's start closing it out. I wrote down a couple of shout-outs before the show. We've got, oh man, I forgot to write down his name.
Oh, God.
I'm the worst person ever. Charles Lee at Goofy Fan. Chuck says, may I get a birthday shout-out, please and thank you. I'm a regular in the chat. Happy birthday, Charles Lee.
happy birthday, man. That was one of the two I had. So now
well, do your other one. Do your other one.
And so, happy birthday. First and foremost, you were in the live chat all the time. We thank you for that. And my other one is Adam O'Brien, at Adam Obizel. He's going to be... first of all, this is the smaller of the two. He sent me a freaking Ultimate Spider-Man #1 all the way from the UK.
That's awesome.
And
wow.
that made me so happy.
That was the one that you said you didn't have.
He not only was like, that's the one he needs, he sent it from the UK. He had to have his mom send it to him and then him send it to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
The coolest thing, man.
This guy's good. This guy's good.
I boarded, kept the note he gave me, and then put it in my collection. So I've always got that. And that is now my most valuable Ultimate Spider-Man. I appreciate it so much.
That's fantastic.
Like that sentimentality. That's all hard. Thank you. But also that was a few weeks back. Now he's gonna be a dad.
What?
First time father. Just found out.
Congrats.
So congrats on the future Marvellites, sir. That's amazing.
What was his name again?
Adam O'Brien.
Adam O'Brien, congratulations.
Congratulations,
sir. You're
man.
a good man. You're a good man. Congrats on having a kid.
That's so cool. Your future Peter Parker or Mary Jane's gonna be adorable. I'm super stoked for you, man.
So I forgot to write down this fan's name, but he wrote 3 hour show. Oh yeah, give me a shout out, guys. # no reason. # would just be cool. There's your shout out. I just forgot to put your name. Just forgot to put your name.
I'd like a shout out.
So remind me next week and we'll give you a better shout out. But you made it. You made it. You're in.
You know you made it.
You know you made it. Now you can brag to all your friends. Question real quick. from let's see, at Mother Joker. Do you think Quasar Wendell Vaughn will appear in Guardians of the Galaxy 2? I do not.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think he's necessary.
No.
I doubt it.
And then you have to explain the quantum bands and like, does he find them on Earth? And if he did, like, does he find it through Shield? Was he a Shield agent? It's too much. I think Quasar is a fun character.
You want some irony?
Sure.
3-hour show. Oh yeah, give me a shout out. Hashtag no reason. Hashtag would be cool. Adam O'Brien.
Adam O'Brien!
Double shout out for Adam.
double shout out. All right. Good work, sir. Good work. Oliver, do we have any other comments?
Everyone's really happy for Adam. Congratulations. Yeah.
Anything on Twitter? Do we have any new stuff on Twitter?
Currently, no.
So I want to close out with this. Brock Tamayo at Brock78 sent us, not just me, sent us this picture of dude's Doctor Strange tattoos.
Yeah, dude.
Can we pull those up, Marissa, and take a quick look at that? It's pretty legit.
It's awesome.
Wow.
Like this dude must have been a big fan.
Yeah.
That's
Dude, they got your they got your likeness.
I
Really
know.
good.
That's absolutely me, right?
that's-
Did you just
not
like
been in a
pose in the
cover band.
tattoo parlor
Yeah,
for
that's what I
that?
said.
I
How
was
long were
wondering.
you standing
Yeah.
Oh man, 3 hours.
It's a long thing.
That's a
Or-
long time.
3 hours just for my hands.
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
but that's the
You
rest
gotta
of
get
his
it right.
life, so
Yeah.
it was a gift.
Yeah,
You did great.
Yeah, well, we can't all be Sorcerer Supremes, guys. So, anyway, where can we find you guys? Thanks for being on our show today. Where can we find you?
I'm Brian Markinson. You can find me at bmarkinson, BMarkenson on Twitter and Instagram.
At Cardjon. At
Card.
CARDJON. Performing at the Comedy Magic Club all this week in Hermosa Beach.
Oh,
Yes.
I think I've been. I've been down there. I've seen a couple
it's a lot
comedy
of fun.
shows down there.
It's a
a
fun
good place. It's a good place. And you perform all over the world. So
I do.
If you want to meet him at some place in the
Yes,
the rest
and
of
watch
the
my
world,
movie on Netflix. Watch my movie on Netflix.
go watch his movie and tweet at him when he's going to be in your country. You've got a fan in Gibraltar.
I do. The co-executive producer of Legion follows me on Twitter, and I was like,
awesome.
and liked the movie, and I was like, yeah,
That's
I
cool.
love your
He
show.
makes good TV.
I
that
like
guy.
your show.
That's rad.
Anything to announce?
You can, as always, find me at COYJANDREAU on Instagram and Twitter. And nope, I just love you guys. That's all I have to announce.
Awesome.
Like I said at the beginning of the show, we're moving to 2:30s from every Tuesday moving forward. Catch us here every Tuesday 2:30. We'll have Oliver here. Did you have fun for
I
sure?
had so much fun. I was super nervous, guys. Bear with me, but I'm
That's fine.
excited.
You'll get used
I'm
to
excited.
it.
I'm
We were all
totally
nervous
excited.
our first time. It's okay.
Hot seat that couch. I
I
did
was,
it 2 years ago.
I stole your couch. This is my couch.
Hey,
now.
2 years. I kept it warm.
I've been on that couch a couple of times.
Yeah, you've been on. It's a good couch. It's a good couch.
It's a comfy.
But you can catch me on Screen Junkies News from time to time. And I don't even think I've mentioned this to you yet.
No.
I have a new show starting over at Geek and Sundry on Wednesdays where we're just going to
congratulations.
talk about comic books. That starts tomorrow. So that's at noon on Twitch. I don't know if it'll be on YouTube. I don't have all the details yet, but that'll be with Taliesin Jaffe and Amy Dallin. So
Rad, dude.
just talking comics.
people.
Yeah, good people.
Awesome.
Anyway, I'm Matt Key at the Matt Key. With us as always is COYJANDREAU from all of us here. We'll see you next week.
See you next
Thank-
week.
Bye-bye.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.